running late, but I think everything's should be working, so I give it a minute to check the audio. Okay, I think everything should be working audio-wise. Motts will join us shortly. But welcome back to Disco Elysium. Oh, hi, I'm Rockstarwind. To get to this game's infamous chair. Yes, I did get to the chair of death. I did not die to the chair of death, but I almost did. View our to-do list. Go back, talk to... There's a chair in this game that's apparently so uncomfortable it kills you. Yes, there is. I found cats. Sorry about the cat noises. Yes, I did encounter the chair, that's apparently the chair being referenced in Whispers of a Machine. Oh my god, really? That's so funny. I didn't even think about that. But, yes, I have encountered the chair. I almost died to the chair, but, I was able to luckily keep myself from dying to the chair. I'm glad to hear it's apparently, what was being referenced in Whispers of a Machine. Looks like a hard, uncomfortable chair. Wouldn't want to risk sleeping on the job in that one. Yeah, that would be the chair. See, it's 8:30. Did you ever get Octavia back? Yes, we did. We actually got her back not that long ago, like a week and a half maybe or so ago. It was earlier this month. A neighbor just happened to see her, like, outside their house. And, messaged us, and, you know, we managed to pick her up. Been off of YouTube for a while. That's alright. I understand, needing a break from the internet. Need... What to seek about... Oh, hi, Motts. Your chair has been co-opted by a cat, I'm sorry to say. It wasn't by choice life took a drastic turn. I'm so sorry to hear that. I hope you're doing alright. Did not feel like a break at all. I understand. Commenter here, Rock Starwind, I was mentioning about having been off YouTube for a while, but not particularly by choice.
I'm really sorry.
I'd finally go to my first furry convention, though. There's that. That's awesome.
That's exciting.
Yeah. Hope you had fun there. Let's see.
The trash container. The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste.
There's a memorial service for one of my friends there as I finally got to process my grief. I'm so sorry to hear that.
I'm so sorry.
I'm glad you were able to process your grief, though.
The container sounds a muffled gong.
Where is this pile of clothes?
I was going to say, what are you looking in the trash for? Pile of clothes.
Was that? Oh, that's probably by probably the pile of clothes that we can sort through to buy from.
It's at the vendor, yeah.
Yeah.
The little street vendor. What? Nice to look at. Can't examine it from here. So glad Octavia's back. Yes, we're so glad to have her back too. Yes. I can't believe she's back after 7 months.
Just sorta, we brought her home, and she was just like, okay, yeah, like nothing, no time has passed. Everything's normal.
As if she was not gone for 7 months. Oh. Girl, you did not, like, just go on a small vacation.
Yeah.
But I'm so grateful she's back.
Yeah.
I find it funny, you probably just didn't catch that, like, check earlier.
I think I
Because that would
had,
make more sense with, UV.
I mean, I have an exceedingly low intellect.
You have an incredibly low intellect. But what you don't have an intellect, you make up for in horrific neckties.
Yes, make up for in horrific neckties and, abilities to hear conversations on the other side of the country.
Yes.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else we need to do tonight for, turning in.
Oh, well, it is pretty late in the game. What do you got on your list?
Find boombox, talk to Morel again.
Ah, okay.
Probably appreciates living in a house more than ever now. Food, protection from rain.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
She definitely, hasn't, even gone near a door.
Yeah.
She's definitely very content being inside now.
She has gone from not really caring about wet food to really liking wet food now.
Yeah, she used to be very indifferent to wet food, which we would give as, a
little treat.
A little treat once a week. Usually they get, the dry food. And she used to be like, that's alright. Now she's just like, oh, delicacy, thank you.
Yeah. Should we just, should we talk to Morel? Should we just, pass the night? We've got 3.5 hours before the end of the day, technically. I think Kim, will abandon us.
GTFO at a certain point. He will decide it's time for bed and say, good night, detective.
Like a sane individual.
Yes.
What do you think?
Talk to Morel, I think, one last time and then go to bed.
Hello. Lena and I were just discussing the design of the new trap.
Oh wait, is it about cryptids? This might be a long conversation.
It's developed an alternative theory about the missing locusts.
Oh, sure.
So... But we do have, talk about specific cryptids.
That might take a while.
Alright. What cryptids precisely?
What
usually
cryptids
discuss
do we
these
got
things
to?
with specialists,
What's on the
so
menu?
I don't know
Yeah.
what.
We would have to discuss. He wants to say, but decides against it, since you've offered to help. You need to ask him about specific cryptids. Cryptids you've heard about from Lena, or his friend Gary. He won't just talk.
What cryptid did you almost catch?
A willow person. It's a long story. One non-specialist would find rather dull.
What
They're
are willow
not people, really. Some argue they aren't really animals, as they seem to have evolved directly from trees.
Interesting.
That's some dryads, perhaps?
Yeah.
They're very, very thin, almost flat in fact, and can camouflage themselves easily, wrapping themselves around trees and blending in with the tree bark. In that way, They're not too dissimilar from the phasmid we're looking for here.
Not a dryad.
You probably have. Gary and I painted an entire grove's worth of trees in slow-drying paint. It was a bright lavender colour. I was hoping one of the willow people would get paint on it and not be able to camouflage itself. After waiting in hiding for hours, I saw a figure slip from one of the trees, a lavender shadow dashing through the grove. I
Then,
chased it with a net. Not very elegant. You can't be elegant in the field. And, well, it was faster than me.
You know what I've learned from Disco Elysium?
yeah.
I need to add more cryptozoologists to my, fantasy worlds.
I think just about every world can be improved with a cryptozoologist and or other eccentric.
Yes.
Just like,
I love the idea that, because, Disco Elysium would, on the surface, appear to be, kind of a modern fantasy setting, sort of, or modern, but, you learn more about it, and there's a lot more under the surface, and you're like, oh, that's interesting.
yeah.
And then, they have a cryptozoologist with entire catalog of, cryptids for this universe. I think
Yeah.
that's really fun.
Have you ever played the original 2000s Deus Ex or seen the movie Pat Labor 2? I highly recommend both. They're both very deconstructive of real-world societal concepts.
I have to fucking play Deus Ex. That's on my list.
Yes.
Of, games that I was not, it wasn't something that was in my wheelhouse I was too young for or something like that.
Yeah.
That's, I've heard only good things about.
Deus Ex, just missed us.
Yeah.
And, we've been meaning to get to, actually, sit down, play, the games.
Yeah.
Watch, other people, talk about them, and just, that's really cool. I wish I'd
Yes.
played Deus Ex. And it's just well, I should just go play Deus Ex then.
Yeah.
Oh. Deus Ex, but not Invisible War or Human Revolution. Okay, good to know.
I've heard those two were maybe a little controversial.
I've never heard of... Talibor 2.
No, that one I haven't heard of, though.
Interesting.
Oh, is it an old anime? That's cool.
Yeah.
Also something to look into.
Yeah, that looks cool.
We'll put that on our radar, too. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
A lavender shadow.
I know you think we were snacking on funny mushrooms. It's easier to mock someone than to admit that the world might be more interesting than you've imagined. Furthermore, I'm not saying it was a confirmed sighting. I'm painfully aware of what goes into verifying such things. There is a serious possibility that I saw a squirrel or a trick of the light. I am my own harshest critic. Confirmed. It's 100% verified and meets all the standards of an authentic cryptid sighting.
Octavia. Hi.
Hi.
The woman nods thoughtfully, while her hands smooth over the plaid covering her knees.
Octavia has come to visit.
I don't know how long she'll stay. She tends to stop by just to be like, oh, that's where you guys went.
Yeah. She does not like it when Motts leaves the room.
No, she hates it when I leave for very long.
She's okay if she leaves the room.
Oh yeah, that's
But,
fine.
like, if Motts leaves the room, Octavia throws a fit.
Formerly the most dangerous, yes. But do you know the most dangerous living cryptid?
But do you recall the most dangerous cryptid?
Okay.
I'm
Most
sorry, just the
dangerous
way he said
living
that.
cryptid. I can try to guess.
Believe me, you won't guess it. You either know or you don't. The most dangerous cryptid is a carnivorous ruminant, known colloquially as the dread moose.
The dread moose. The dread moose.
The dread moose. I can feel Kim judging us.
Yes, the dread moose subsists entirely on flesh. It has even been known to dig up fresh graves in search of sustenance.
Does it attack people?
Human remains have been found deep in the forest, torn apart, then trampled into the mulch by large hooves. Infer from that what you will.
This is not even remotely that far afield.
It's
Like-
not.
Deer eat dead bodies
Yeah,
that they find.
deer in the woods have been recorded and known to eat dead bodies they find in the woods.
So the idea of a moose that just eats meat is not that crazy to imagine.
They
Just like
probably
an
do.
ordinary hardened moose.
There's a lot of animals that we classify as herbivores that will eat, like, what's in front of them if they're hungry enough.
Yeah.
Like, calories are calories, that kind of thing.
You can't. That's what makes it so dreadful and hard to identify.
Okay, so the dread moose is like a normal moose, except it eats people.
Yes.
That's the only distinction.
Yes.
A moose that looks like any other moose. What's going on here? He's kidding, right?
I'm not completely sure about this dread. I am 100% behind the dread moose. I utterly believe it exists.
Of course you do.
Kim.
The bodies found in the forest are just one piece of physical evidence. There's more. Sightings in Vasa, reaching back 4 centuries. But, of course, nothing satiates the skepticism of.
A detective. Pardon me, I did not wish to seek conflict. It's simply my training to question things.
Understood, Lieutenant.
Kim's gonna insert himself, you know?
Yeah. I know about the giant of Kokonur.
That's impressive, I guess. But have you seen it with your own eyes?
Have you seen it?
I haven't had a chance to travel to Coco North. No. And I likely never will. The Samaskill desert region has been embroiled in a small civil war for the last 8 years.
Lovely.
I fear this mindless barbarism may have wiped out the elusive creature entirely. Sightings of towering luminosities have grown rare recently, while they once used to be constant.
Yes. Sightings of mirages are constant. A mirage is a constant phenomenon that people have no time to report when a war is going on. It remains unclear what this has got to do with you seeing it, as he was inquiring before. He was just being defensive.
Cryobacter catlensis.
Oh, everyone knows about that one, thanks to Professor Mijanu being the talk of the town for a time.
A bit of jealousy there. He'd want that glory, truth be told, even if he'd have to inject himself with bacteria to get it.
Although, probably because her life ended as a result of her work in Gutler, no one remembers her contributions to the search for the Nong Ok.
The non-oct?
A flightless cursor owl found in the Seminine Isles. Its long legs permit the Nongok to run faster than any other avian. Perhaps any other animal. Who knows?
I love the idea of Roadrunner Owl, actually.
I mean, it's clearly just, like, mythological Stolas, you know? Owl with big legs.
Owl with big legs. Furby on stilts. Go fast.
The idea, though, of an owl that's just, like, the body of an owl just stuck on a pair of ostrich legs, though, is really funny.
It's really funny.
It's not hunting its prey in this manner. The ock hangs from tree branches, like a bat,
What?
waiting to dive on.
Oh my gosh, that's
below on the
amazing.
jungle floor.
It's like a bat. Trying to imagine that.
Okay,
love
so it
that.
probably doesn't have long legs.
Probably not. Maybe more like a Roadrunner. where
Yeah,
it
probably
is-
more
it
like
is
a
small
Roadrunner.
And just go like a really fast burrowing owl.
Oh,
Mijanu liked extreme animals, you see. One of the few figures of the academic establishment I respect. Really a shame she disappeared.
When did she disappear?
Oh, decades ago. In the 30s. I didn't know her personally, of course. The chasm of academic pretension still stood before us, even though she had unusual courage for someone from the other side.
Tell me about a cool cryptid. Any cryptid.
No offense, officer, but I'm not much of a pedagogue. I don't know what I would have done if Lena hadn't persuaded me to go back to field research. You should ask her if you want interesting stories.
We've already got
Me?
all the interesting
Yeah.
I'm not a
stories.
people person, unless you haven't noticed. And I don't make a good lecturer. My strength lies in field work and persistence.
Morel is telling you that his social battery is running out, and he's very
Be
for real
friendly,
for
dear.
that.
Yeah.
The detective really likes these critters. We've talked about them in great detail.
Now the man feels embarrassed. Time to move on, perhaps.
Yeah, I think,
By all means.
so should we develop an alternative theory about the missing locusts? I feel like this is going to be like trying to explain away it, as opposed to it being like... It's like, no, it definitely was the phasmid, you know?
Probably. Up to you.
I'm gonna leave it for now.
Leave it for now. You can always come back to it
Yeah.
if you really want to.
Okay. We should go to bed then.
To bed we go.
Tries not to look at your broken down bathroom door. Kim, I'm surprised you're still here.
Kim also
assume you
tries
were Val.
not to look at the pile of taped viscera on the carpet, or the weird suitcase on the hat rack, or the potted plant dying in the corner. But it's all just too morbid to ignore.
I'm sorry, there's a suitcase on the hat rack?
The man is finding it hard not to trip on the tape, and not to send any of the bottles rolling across the floor. Where unidentifiable sludge makes it hard for him to breathe. Smells of vomit in here.
This is where the magic happens?
This is where the magic happens, Kim!
Looking at the destruction. I'm sorry for this.
No problem, officer.
He'd like to leave!
Hang on. Hang on. There's a weird small suitcase on the hat rack.
There is.
Huh. Sometimes I forget that you can zoom in.
The window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in.
Okay, 92 on this visual calculus.
The shards face outward. Whatever broke this window came from the inside. A fine web of scarring covers the back of your right hand, but none of it is recent. More likely a projectile than a held object. There are no fragments on the floor from pulling a tool back in after impact. It is too large for a bullet, yet too small for a piece of furniture. You're looking for something heavy and larger than your fist.
Interesting.
The shoe you found on the balcony fits the hole almost as well as your foot.
Yeah, that
It
makes,
would
that
have
would make
also been
sense.
heavy enough if thrown with force.
That is where our shoe ended up, so...
Congratulations. You smashed the window with your own shoe.
Good work.
Sure, I had a good reason for it. I was trying to hit someone.
And maybe, just maybe, you succeeded. We'll never know. Or maybe you were trying to smash your own reflection in the window pane.
That seems more likely,
I
yeah.
feel like that's more likely.
The fan stands still.
I don't suppose
The
this
compact tape player is still and silent.
stereo
Seems it has
still
completely broken
functions.
down now.
Oh, hey, Apothecary. Good morning, y'all. YouTube forgot to notify me, and I forgot today was Saturday. Sorry. That's alright.
That's alright.
There's no fixing
Happy
this
to
one.
see you.
This would have been very helpful with the Megamix, but it isn't anymore.
I'd like to say, you haven't missed too much. We learned about,
Cryptids.
we learned about some cryptids. There's flat, like, willow people.
The
And
dread moose.
The dread moose. You missed the dread moose. And we discussed about the totally not a mirage, a giant cryptid that's not been reported due to a civil war. So yeah. Ooh, Harry brought his boyfriend to his bedroom. Scandalous. Let's give them some privacy.
Yeah.
My kinema only comes with radio. Let's try to find a new tape player. Perhaps we should talk to Roy at the pawn shop. He has stuff.
I missed the dread moose. Aw, man. Yeah. So get this. The dread moose is a moose that eats meat.
Yes.
And it looks like a moose.
But it eats.
But it eats
People.
people. Okay, I don't think there's too much more left to do tonight. I think it's still technically too early for Kim to agree to go to bed. By like, I think 4 minutes. It's just a normal moose then. Good likelihood, yeah. But this one's a scary moose.
Scared. It's mostly just a normal moose. Because, like, the
The
evidence...
sight of bullet holes stirs something in you, making you forget the lieutenant's surname.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got distracted by bullet holes.
We all got distracted by the bullet holes.
Yes. It is really normal, because, like, the evidence that they had was, like, you know, it found to, like, eat corpses in the woods. Not even, like, it killed the corpses. Like, it just...
The worst thing is that, like, it might dig up graves.
Yeah. Which that is unusual. But, like, deer and other, like, deer-like species have been found, recorded, and whatnot to just straight up eat dead bodies in the woods.
Yeah.
That is actually a hazard to like, you know, if someone were to die in the woods of any cause, a deer might just eat your body. Or any other animal, really, but like, you know, that's literally just a thing that happens.
Yeah.
It might just be a normal moose. That's so funny.
Just like most meese.
Like most meese, yes.
So like my cousin, I see. Yes.
The faded marks are too degraded to draw any forensic conclusions. Just chips in the sandstone. They look pretty ancient.
Where?
Someone has been shot. We're cops. We should solve it.
There? Those are old.
You mean like from the revolution, kid?
Yes, the one that happened half a century ago. Those bullets were fired during the revolution and do not warrant an investigation by officers of civil law.
But what can you tell us about the revolution? I mean me, about the revolution.
Much. I don't have a fresh perspective on it. Shall we go?
Okay, Kim.
Oh, maybe you should talk to those old men.
You want me to talk to the old men?
Yeah.
Officer!
Oh,
God damn it. Pull yourself together, René. What do you want?
do Maybells mean anything to you?
I prefer the old name. Insulindian Lily. Girls brought them to young cadets when they entered service. Wearing them on your cap was supposed to bring good luck.
Ah, interesting. Did they bring you good luck?
You know what? No. They brought me misery, false hope, and disappointment. The revolutionaries sullied them.
But it wasn't the revolutionaries that sullied the idea for you, was it? She gave them to me too, and your jealous little heart just couldn't accept it.
Enough! I can go over these matters in detail with you, Gaston, but not while we have company. So, officers,
Maybells don't blossom yet, do they?
maybe on some remote parts of the city they do. But I think you'll have to wait for at least a month.
Interesting. Anything from you?
It is such a pleasure to see you again, officer. How may I head the citizens' militia on this fine day?
This man has infinite sandwiches.
He does. He has sandwich for days.
He's just like me, for real. Okay. I had completely forgotten that was even a thing we were looking for. But
What? What was the thing?
the flower.
Oh, yeah!
I had completely forgotten about the flower. Okay. That's everything we're going to have available at the moment. Okay. Good night, Kim.
Good
The
night,
bed is still
Kim.
cold from the broken window, and not too inviting. But it's yours. You've earned it. It's not easy, but your bones are so tired from what feel like weeks of work on the case. You have to try. After what feels like hours, you feel you might be sleeping.
Well, that's too real. You feel like you might be sleeping is a bit too,
Thoughts, baby. A
bit too on the
million
nose.
little lights in the dark. You're one fine instrument, brother. All those faces and all those names. All that laughter and screaming and scheming around. Every corner and every street.
Good night, Kim. Unless you'll join me. Hmm? No. Yeah.
Recorded in you forever on Faraday.
On and on it goes, for untold hours. At the disco where you first asked her to dance. Rising, rising, above the dark curvature, the great wingspan of sleep, studded with stars.
Behold, there are millions of them down there. The first time, the last time, the smoke in her mouth, the plotted flowers, the faces turning, changing.
It's the world, Harry boy, and you're made of it. Every day you're out there, you make more of yourself from it. I'm afraid you can't be unmade now. You can never forget this shit.
Colors, the voices, the rain and the snow, I don't want to, it's beautiful. The endless visions, erase them.
Beautiful. It's stuck on loop, whirling, spitting out words and images.
You're the son of the world again. Harrister, a ceaseless agent. Picking up litter and old newspapers. Collecting your little bubblegum wrappers and idiotic picture postcards. Meaningless, meaningless keepsakes.
Reading your awful letters and recalling things, aren't you? The endless names of the world. An address book you are. The map of a city.
Interesting. I am an agent of the world.
You'll go insane if you keep going like this. One more day, and you'll be in the loony bin. I just know you will. And for what, brother man?
For the working class.
Hi, Rhetoric.
For the money, baby.
Those are two very opposite things.
Yes. But that right there encompasses our detective.
Very much so. Somehow.
For the greater good.
Yeah, I agree, empathy.
Solving your little crossword puzzles. Doing your tasks.
Those three are
crossing
Harry.
names off lists.
Yes.
Trying to become some sort of world detector. It won't make it okay. It won't put smoke back in her mouth.
I've got 3 different thoughts here. I'm building communism for all, this time we won't fail. I'm just looking out for my economic self-interest? We're making progress, measured, steady progress. Okay. I'd assume that the making progress, measured, steady progress is almost certainly the, what is it? The Kingdom of Consciousness,
Yeah, that's the Kingdom of Consciousness idea that, like, you just slowly work towards the goal, and eventually
we'll get to
your
equality in like a millennia or so.
Grandchildren will reap the benefits.
So we can pick one of them. Or we can say, forget politics, I'll never sleep if I keep on like this. Me versus the voices I've lost.
What do you want to do? You know, kind of pick one to go following. Or, you know.
I'm leaning on the building communism.
Let's build communism again.
There he goes again. He's a real political animal, our Harry. He still doesn't see that it's the world changing around him.
That's our Harry, the communist.
He's got no idea what he's in for.
Why?
'Cause only love can break your heart.
I didn't expect Limbic System to start singing.
I like how they just sang that.
Beep, beep, beep. The alarm is ringing, Harry. The disco circus goes on and on. You barely slept 3 hours last night.
That's a little too real.
Do it for the wind.
Do it for the wind, says Shivers.
Do it for the picture puzzle. Put it all together. Solve the world. One conversation at a time.
I really feel like this quote here is just like Disco Elysium, boiled down.
Yeah.
Solve the world, one conversation at a time.
Rise and shine, comrade. It's time to get to work.
Oh no, Rhetoric saw turn communist as well.
Yes.
Despite all the thinking you've been doing, only 0.0001% of communism has been built. It's too great a task to undertake alone. You're going to have to get organized.
Gonna have to get organized.
Disco and communism is what I call Rasputin, the lover of the Russian queen.
Rasputin.
Yes.
What, if we don't just sing Rasputin out loudly in the streets under a disco ball, that's not what's going to build communism? That you need to do more than that?
Remarkably, Harry, yes.
Uh-oh. Organization hasn't exactly been your strong suit.
Oh no.
Oh, godly failure.
16.
Godly.
We need a 16 on that.
Oh.
Does this mean I need to clean up my hostel room? For the stay of my ledger, I don't think that's possible.
Your level of personal upkeep is irrelevant. All that matters is your commitment to building the World Republic. You must seek out your revolutionary brothers and sisters. Find out how much communism they've built. Then, together, maybe you'll be able to build as much as 0.0002% of communism.
Oh no. At this rate, we may reach the moralist, utopia before we finish building communism.
But it won't be easy. Decades of persecution by coalition authorities have driven the remaining communists of Martinez underground. They live underground. These communists aren't men. They're mole people.
Find the mole people. The communist mole people.
The fact the voices have just told him straight, you haven't any risk.
Yes!
Yeah.
They didn't have to do him like that.
Searching for mole people, but I'm part of the coalition authorities. Have I been persecuting communists this whole time? They helped me fire up mass of socialist sausage grinder. I want to ask about the socialist sausage grinder.
Just between us, you may want to lay off this grind up the bourgeoisie stuff. It's a bit
People love
off-putting.
grind up the
Even
bourgeoisie.
fellow communists.
I don't know if I want to go searching for mole
They're
people.
not mole people. They're your comrades in the eternal class struggle. It's your task to find and join them. Possibly, if you have been, it's only because you're a double agent acting in furtherance of your long-term objectives. Listen to this. Do you really think you're the kind of person an underground communist cell would entrust with a mission that requires such discretion?
The best I can give you is a maybe. That's because I'll forget all of the information that they said afterwards, so...
Regardless, what's past is past. You need to look forward to the work of building communism for all.
How am I to find them if they're hiding? I am very good at observing things, so maybe I'll just spot them.
Let your nose guide you, detective.
My nose?
Yes, fortunately, communists are known to have a very distinct smell. We really have no idea what they're talking about. There's no linkage between ideology and olfaction.
I'm really amused by perception, just being like, don't listen to rhetoric.
Perception's just like, that's a load of bullshit.
Failure.
Yeah, but what does failure smell like?
It's a smell you know all too well. Simultaneously repulsive and yet darkly appealing. Musty with a sharp tang, but also a remnant of lost sweetness. Like a rotting mango that's been swaddled in a coat from your grandfather's attic.
You could probably find them in the homosexual underground.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes, that's...
It's all coming together.
Yeah.
It's all coming together.
Yeah, we go talk to the smoker. The smoker informs us about, you know, the large communist presence in the homosexual underground. We then go and talk to like the ravers, bring them on board. You know, it's all coming together. So focused on finding the voices in my head, I never thought of them fighting each other.
Yes.
What you're smelling is your own body odor, of course. Nothing a shower and change of clothes couldn't fix. People sometimes complain there are no real communists left in Martinez, but you can smell their presence. They're out there, waiting for you to join them. First, you'll have to locate the remaining communists in Martinez. When you get near to someone with revolutionary potential, your nose will give you the signal to establish contact. Again, no, it won't. Any olfactory response you perceive will be strictly psychosomatic. Judging from the bust of Krasmazov and other revolutionary paraphernalia you discovered, it seems that the Cape Side apartments may be a hotbed of communist activity.
What will I do when I establish contact with my fellow communists? I'm not exactly known for being good at talking to people.
You'll
pretty bad
discuss
at it,
the
actually.
monumental world historical task that lies before you. You'll engage in rigorous and spirited debates about Mazovian theory and practice. But mostly, you'll probably complain about other communists.
Tracks. Completely tracks.
Not at all. Complaining about other communists is one of the most important parts of being a communist.
And this is why Disco Elysium is wonderful.
Here we go. Wake, brave worker. 'Tis no time for bed. Fight till there's no slaves below, and no masters o'erhead.
Roam the streets to sniff out some comrades.
I just want you to just walk up to like some guy.
A mirror hangs on
you
the
know.
bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned.
Yeah.
Say something like, "Good evening, comrade," and they just reflexively say, you know, "Good evening, comrade," and then they're like, "Oh no, I've been discovered," and they just like start running. And you're like, "Wait, no, one of you, come back!"
Yes. Even in communism, you still have that one coworker.
Yes. Jerry.
No one likes Comrade Jerry.
I fear that we might be
Yes.
Comrade Jerry. Hold on a second, smell Kim.
The lieutenant's posture becomes rigid and uncomfortable as you lean forward and sniff the area just above his shoulder blade. The lieutenant is fastidious as a cat in matters of his personal upkeep, and yet, in the folds of his jacket, you can just perceive the stale and acrid traces of oil rags, transmission fluid, and brake pads.
Everyone hates the Jomrad.
Wait. There's something else there. Something that sets your GABA receptors aflutter. The lieutenant's aftershave, a common drugstore brand. Strong hints of pine needle. But what sort of ideological picture do these smells paint? Tough to say.
Now you went from strange to deranged. Yes.
Do you need something, detective?
You're no lieutenant, you're a mechanic. Just wondering what brand of aftershave you use.
It's nothing fancy, just plain old Tiger Super Special. Are you thinking of, you know?
He's like, "Are you gonna shave your
Your massive sideburns?
these bad boys?"
Do you think I should, Kim?
The lieutenant considers your mutton chops for a long moment. A slight grimace crosses his face.
Sorry, I'm really no expert on this sort of thing. Was there something else you wish to discuss?
Can I help you?
Okay. I was wondering if I was going to have the option to smell every person I encounter. I'm glad that is not an option.
Wait. No. Something about this bunch doesn't smell right.
Oh god, the idea of beardless Harry.
Yeah, cursed,
Yeah,
right?
that's a cursed image.
They are, but they don't seem too keen to talk with you, do they?
Rhetoric, we keep smelling things today. We're just gonna bloodhound our way through today.
Yes. Sounds like an oxymoron, beardless Harry.
Beardless hair, yeah, that would be
No,
an
they
oxymoron.
don't. Glenn seems to be contemplating grievous bodily harm while he massages his raw knuckles. In the far back, Eugene is doing his best to ignore you.
Meanwhile, Fat Angus keeps shooting you furtive glances and mumbling uneasily to himself. What would the expression look like with no hair? Probably worse. Probably more, psychic damage inducing.
And from his perch at the end of the table, Titus Hardy himself stares at you with a cold contempt that makes you want to leave the cafeteria straight away. Besides, you're pretty sure they consider themselves social democrats.
Hi again, gendarme.
I suppose we don't need to ask about the homosexual underground's connection to the communist underground. Pretty safe to assume that they overlap. I have a radio computer I wanted to go poke.
Oh, the one that's in the studio.
I got a couple ones actually. Let's poke this one first because it's closer.
The dusty radio computer sleeps on its wired frame, forgotten and unused. Its keyboard has a rectangular on-off button. A piece of paper still hangs from the printer.
We have one of these down at the station, but I never really learned how to use it.
The machine lights up like some prehistoric animal stirring from its slumber, revealing fluorescent play and print keys on the keyboard. The hatch on the machine's central compartment is wide open. It's empty like a beehive without its brood. Some cables have been left dangling, disconnected. The filament you have would fit perfectly inside the compartment.
We do have the production schedule.
Uh-huh.
Like a smooth drawer, the filament slides into place. On the keyboard, the play key starts blinking. A bar of fabric right above the keyboard starts producing a soft hum. The sound of static seeps through the machine's planar magnetic driver. Oh no. It was already glowing and now it's also making a sound. It's probably some alien CO-like technology. The static gets louder, slowly filling up the abandoned hall, until a voice speaks out, crackling and old, cutting into the air.
Good morning. Fortress accident en rue de Saint-Ghislaine. This is East Insulindian Repeater Station 1.
Kim, what the hell?
What do you
Please
mean?
repeat. Is this the production schedule?
Are you a machine? Or are you alive?
The filament you have inserted into the reader.
Alright, thanks for the
That
explanation.
was a question. Have you inserted it into the core?
Yes.
Good. Please repeat the password.
Kim, there's a password now.
Password? Of course it would have a password. That's why there's a human administrator involved.
I'm really bad at passwords. Can you give me a hint?
No.
No.
Is it my birthday?
Still no.
This is the police. Please open this thing. I think aliens would be out of left field, but also fit this game perfectly fine.
Right.
Yeah.
I am contractually obliged to protect the privacy of the filament holder for stress accident. Without filing a warrant with Lintel, I cannot give you access to this filament.
I'm afraid we are not doing that, unless we want to wait for a month.
Now, can you please repeat the password? Received I will register this login attempt.
That sounds bad. A login attempt. Something a criminal would do. Don't worry. Passwords have a way of turning up sooner or later.
Fortress accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today?
Fortress accident? That's what they went with?
That's what they went with.
Fortress accident is the company on whose name the terminal you are currently using has been registered to. One moment. Fortress Accident SCA produces revolutionary interactive call-in radio games. That's what the catalog says. Any other questions?
Are you a machine?
I am
Are you
alive. I am 74 years old and my name is Yvonne.
Well, thank you, Yvonne.
Hey, my parents call me Accident too.
She repeats passwords. Programming people are all paranoid.
You're here because radio computer guys are all paranoid.
Could you imagine living in, like, a universe where you go on a computer and you have to actually essentially call IT to give you access to your computer?
Yes.
Because their computers obviously work different. They work on radio instead of filament. Well, obviously there's filament, but like the tape as well.
Yes.
And disc and stuff like that. It's fun. I think that's fun.
Yvonne, my partner tells me you're here because radio computer guys are all paranoid.
They are merely cautious. It's my job to protect their filaments as a password repeater at the East Insulindian Station.
But where are you?
In the walls.
I work as a repeater at the East Insulindian Repeater Station. It's my job to know where you are, Fortress Accident. As for me, well, I am sitting in my cubicle, surrounded by a wall of radios.
On an island on the river Esperance, a small woman, all skin and bones, sits in a room filled with audio equipment. Thousands of tiny lights are reflected back from her prescription lenses, like stars in the dark.
Could you imagine if we just repeated to people things that Shivers tells us?
People would think we're insane.
Yeah.
Doesn't it get lonely, sitting there all by herself?
Does it get lonely, Yvonne?
Lonely? Why would it get lonely? I get to talk to people all day.
That's why she does this.
Now, please tell me if there's anything else I can do, Fortress Accident.
That's all for now.
Thank you, and goodbye.
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering, casting the framework in a soft glow. Fluorescent play and print keys shine on the keyboard.
If I press print.
Nothing happens.
Makes sense.
The filament slides out of its glowing nest.
Well, we can talk to Kim.
Kim?
Okay. What do you think is going on with that computer, chalkboard, and fireplace?
Someone tried to exorcise the curse using technology. It's like an undercover counterintelligence program. It's just a failed business. The only question is, what the hell were they making? I mean, like failed business, though. As much as I would love to say exorcism,
You don't think it was a undercover counterintelligence program with all these maps and stuff?
No, they got like elves and dwarves.
Oh yeah, I forgot that was on the one.
Yes, that is the question.
Like he's ready to lay out a fine theory, crafted together like a puzzle box.
Say, why are we logging in so often for totally normal teenage things? You're watching... No!
It looks like one of those popular pen and paper role-playing games. Only these people were trying to automate it, make it work on radio computers.
Utter madness, he thinks, as a compliment.
Kim, we need to play D&D with you.
Yes.
Through call-in stations, none of the players have to be physically present. Anyone in the world can participate in the game, as long as they have a two-way radio.
They were trying to invent D&D Beyond.
They were trying to invent D&D Beyond.
Then there's
They
the
had
Game Master
Discord, they
frequency,
just weren't
at
quite
least
sure
in
how to
the
get a
smaller
game
call-in
going.
stations. I think that was supposed to coordinate the stories, functioning as a master of ceremonies of sorts.
His fascination has swept aside other concerns for the moment. He's a little hooked.
He's a little hooked on the idea.
Coordinating
Yeah.
so many games would take a whole switchboard of people, possibly divided into sub-frequencies.
Now, I would like to say, as someone who has actually watched, like not live, but a thing like about like the largest D&D game ever played, which had like a couple hundred people.
Oh, right, that
Like,
event.
Yeah. Like, yeah, you 100% need to have like a whole switchboard of people,
A whole team.
a whole team of DMs, and then those DMs have DMs.
Not to my knowledge. They make automated games in Graz, Messina, Königstein. You know, places with industry. But I don't think anyone has attempted to create an inter-isolary game before. We just don't have the technology. Indeed, those Welkins are a dead giveaway. Role-playing people love that stuff. The world looks like a modified version of the WeWorld board game, with heat death thrown in.
With heat death thrown in!
No idea. They stopped filling out the schedule on the chalkboard.
I just, the idea of someone saying, it looks like a modified version of Pathfinder, but with heat death thrown in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Indeed, it's ambitious and untethered from reality, but
It's ambitious and untethered from reality.
You
The
would
curse
choose to
up.
want to finish the game.
We should finish the game, Kim.
it's too
You
late
and
for that,
I.
I'm afraid. Okay, let's keep moving.
Okay, but if we get the opportunity to finish the game, Kim, we're taking it.
Still need your gun, I think.
Yeah, still need our gun.
Did you take care of the signatures or decide to forge them or whatever you were planning to do with that?
So I have not asked anyone for a signature, due to the fact that, I'm just like,
You take the legal documents out
cannot
of the
find
envelope.
a loophole.
12 to 14 month
You don't even want to
construction
find the loop.
and
And
the
I-
zoning plan in the addendum.
I don't have any way to add more logic. I may have to accept.
You may have to accept what you've been
Yeah.
opted to. There's no additional points you can get from clothing or anything like that?
Nope.
Oh, well.
And clothing, I don't think actually resets the check.
No, I think you have
This
to
orange
go up.
machine is buzzing like an old submarine. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner on top and an electric freezer. You slip your fingers under the frozen lid, but the ice... No.
Yeah.
This
yeah,
is
we've
going to
already
be
tried
something
this.
else. If you want to try again.
Equip the pry bar by going...
No.
The pry bar. I'm sorry, I'm on very little sleep.
It's okay, Mott. Okay. Well, I did want to look back at that, back in the church,
Back to the church. At least you could fast travel now.
Yes. Well, the person that set up this radio computer still isn't here. But maybe I might
A
poke
machine
around their
stands in the
computer.
corner, watched over by the figures on the stained glass window. It's turned on and quivering with soft electricity. The lieutenant doesn't say anything, but you can sense that he doesn't like you meddling with the machine. You see fluorescent play and print buttons on the keyboard. A hatch connected to the central compartment is wide open. The lieutenant says nothing. You see the machine's glowing frame reflected back from his diamond-shaped glasses. You're free to proceed. Behind the hatch sits a cube-like crisscross of filaments, smoldering in the dark like fireflies. Silver tape on the side says, in black marker, log, February to March. Another filament memory. Press play to talk with the repeater. The speaker comes to life. Static seeps through the machine's planar magnetic driver. An old lady greets you. Her voice sounds 100 years old.
Wait a second, I've heard the sound effect was used in Pat's first ever FNAF theory.
Was it the turning on sound effect? What sound effect was it?
I would assume the turning on sound effect.
Oh wait, yeah, no, I can kind of bring it to mind.
Good morning, Sotrek.
Hi,
This is the East Insulindian Computer Station 1. Please repeat. Is this the personal log?
Yvonne?
It's the same old woman you spoke with through the radio computer in the doomed commercial area.
Apothecary says, yeah. Yvonne, it's me again. How are you?
Good, thank you. Please repeat. Is this the personal log?
Inside the core of the tape on the filament just says log, February, March.
Good. Please repeat the password.
Not the password
That's okay.
again!
There's no use trying to get the answer. Maybe he knows something.
Received. I will register this login attempt.
She's registering a lot of login
Accident.
attempts.
Is there anything else I can do for you today? I have 2 machines registered to this company name in Martinez. One on Saint-Brun, the other on Rue de Saint-Ghislaine.
Saint-Brun, that's the church. And Rue de Saint-Ghislaine? That's the doomed commercial area.
Anything else I can help you with? Goodbye. Fortress Accident.
Is that like the first time
The machine's
Kim
keyboard
said
is still
do
illuminated,
commercial district?
revealing
I think it
fluorescent
is.
play and print buttons. Nothing happens.
Don't step into the spooky circle, Kim.
Oh, hey, Wei. There's coffee in the back. Oh, wait. I meant the mother's love.
That's two very different things.
There's coffee in the back.
Coffee, you say?
Have you by any chance heard, I don't remember how he pronounced that. Say the password to her radio computer.
Too many times, Esse. You need it for something.
Please? Please? Putty, please?
I mean, like, I don't think we can realistically say this is part of the murder investigation.
It definitely isn't part of the murder investigation.
Honestly, I just want to break into a radio computer.
Don't sweat it, vato. The password is afterlife death.
That is true. But what comes after death?
Yeah, it's what was on the on the mural.
What you think of that? Makes me almost pity La Nidita Pequeña when I hear it. I think we're done here, Esse.
That was an interesting conversation. However, I'm still not sure how it's relevant to our investigation.
He scurried off back into the rafters. Also, we have another skill point available. I feel as though I should unlock a new, spot.
What you gonna choose?
I'm not sure. Gemrock Shuffle, Apricot Chewing Gum Scented one, White Morning. I'm not sure.
Maybe instead spend it on skill points?
Well, we got plenty of options for skill points, but I don't.
Nothing quite grabbing your eye?
Yeah, nothing that I know that we need at the moment.
I gotta run.
The machine's keyboard is still illuminated, revealing fluorescent play and print buttons. The speaker
Hello
comes
again,
to life.
Hi. Good morning. Fortress Accident. Good, thank you. Please repeat. Is this the personal log? Good. Please repeat the password. Good. I have unlocked the filament. After ending the call, please press print to access the filament. Fortress Accident, is there anything else I can do for you today? Goodbye, Fortress Accident.
The machine's keyboard is still illuminated, revealing. The printer prints out a long text document with dated paragraphs. It looks a bit like someone's journal. The first entry, made on the 4th of February, 51, by an unknown author, is short and concise. Arrived at the church. The door was boarded up, so I used the crowbar to get inside. Looks like the place has been deserted. Nothing out of the ordinary, but I'll ask around. Need to figure out how to get the electricity in. The lieutenant leans closer, scouring the printout over your shoulder. Just as you finish reading, he looks up, muttering under his breath.
4th of February. That's over a month ago. Whoever set up those machines has been here for quite a while. Our case? No, I don't think so. It must be some local eccentric.
6th of February, 51. Had a little chat with the local fishermen. Said I shouldn't go near that place, that the church was spooky and ridden with narcotics. It's a little spooky, all right. Still haven't figured out the electricity. See? Even one of the spookers themselves says it's unnerving. What was that about narcotics? This could prove to be interesting.
I doubt that we can find any. It's just idle fishermen's gossip to scare away the kids. Nothing spooky about this place either. It's just abandoned and cold, and in an awful part of town.
7th of February, 51. Finally got the electricity in. Next on the agenda, a new antenna. I'm thinking ESCA series, something advanced.
Why would anyone need any of this equipment here?
Fair point, Kim.
8th of February, 51. Bought the antenna, had some problems setting it up. Called Simo for help. Heard the others are back to making art. Drinking somewhere out of town. Sulislav started a rock band again. Lexi has been seen asking money from strangers.
Others are back to making art, drinking somewhere out of town.
But at least the artists have their act together. They're qualified labor. They can get work anywhere. Graphic design, ads. The programmers are doing fine too. I mean, they're programmers. The writers, though, they're fucked. I just have to find out what caused that data loss and be done with it. Still don't understand how it managed to wipe out the backup, when the backup wasn't even connected to the front. I know. Everyone thinks it's impossible. They say I must be lying. I'm here to set it right.
Data loss? Artists, programmers, Lexi, who are all these people?
Seems like something to do with radiocomputers. Unfortunately, I don't know enough about them to understand what the author is saying. Something about the backup data getting destroyed, and how everyone thought it was the author's fault. Let's just keep reading. I think these people worked in the radio computer games business, the one we saw in the Doom commercial area. They must be our former co-workers.
If that's
12th of February, 51. Brought some food from the grocery store. Apparently, there's a strike going on in the harbor. Definitely not happy to see the Martinez people again. Everything's now set up in the church. Going to start working tomorrow, 8 a.m.
The strike. We are nearing the date of the murder.
Okay.
Keep reading. I'm interested now. I want to know what's that radio anomaly that sent this person here in the first place.
It's always good when Kim suddenly is interested.
25th of February, 51. I've been sending data up to Lintel for a while now, trying to recreate the data loss, but nothing. Didn't even feel like logging in, the disappointment. But I did discover a curious audio-spatial anomaly at the back of the church. I've named it the Swallow. It swallows sound. need to get some mics.
Is she talking about?
28th of February, 51. Yes, the first recordings confirm that the swallow is real and I'm not just losing my mind. It's a pillar of silence with a diameter of approximately 3 meters. Seems like the higher I go, the less I record. This might be a coincidence, or it could be connected to the data loss that led me here.
Interesting.
The pillar of silence. She is talking about the silence. Is she suggesting it's more than just an architectural quirk?
What could it be?
The lieutenant doesn't answer. He follows your gaze, studying the basins. The water shines in them. No ripples. March 51. Some kind of young disco men have appeared next to the church. I've been trying to record the silence to find the epicenter, but now it turns out I've also been capturing the future of dance music, one neo-disco song over and over again. Fortunately, the song is so monotonous, I was able to devise an algorithm to factor it out. The other day, one of the disco men came in. Before I could even say hello, she got scared and left. Good, I don't want anyone distracting me from my work.
Yeah, describing a cell.
Girl on the ice? Sounds like her, yes.
March 51. I got a call from the repeater station. Someone has tried to access the radio computer in our old office in Martinez. Can't do anything about it. The storekeeper still doesn't want to let me inside the building. Thinks I'm part of some kind of curse. How Martinez of her.
I'm really amused. That's me. I was the one who broke into that radio computer. That was today.
I knew it wasn't a good idea to meddle with the machine.
We must have just missed her then.
No. It was a great idea. You're learning things. This is how you learn things about machines.
That was March 51.
March 51. A new 2-meter aux cable. Noodles. Crackers. Ping energy drinks. Water. Toothpaste. Gum. Also some canned air. It's interrupted by the sound of the church door opening. A strange woman makes straight for the radio computer.
Ah. That must be her. Hi, we weren't reading your diary.
Breaking into my radio computer, I see.
Yes, you are breaking in, but not into her radio computer. You're a master circuit bender.
I do apologize for the intrusion, madame. We are with the RCM, you see.
I'm an expert circuit bender. I'm not breaking into your computer. I'm using it to access coalition military data links. You're a side case representing certain music venue organizers. Not breaking in and pursuing mysterious leads, searching for my lost identity. We're not just breaking in.
You won't find any answers from here. It's just me and my computer, and it has been this way for weeks. Now please give me some room. I need 2 seconds to see that you haven't destroyed anything.
We should talk to her after she has rebooted the machine.
Well, this is awkward, Kim. Well, she said 2 seconds. It's definitely been more than 2.
What is it?
Are you the lead programmer of We're All Untethered by any chance?
Yes. Or no. Not anymore. That project is dead.
She doesn't seem surprised to be recognized. Rather sad. Something passes over her face before she straightens her back.
Didn't break anything, did I?
No, you just printed out my personal log and wasted some paper.
So, what are you doing here?
I am Soona Luukkanen-Kilde, the former lead programmer of Fortress Accident and RSA radios. I have over 16 years of programming experience, and I'm proficient in both Vox and Orbis languages. If you're not here to hire me, I don't really know how I can help you.
Did she say over 16 years of experience? She must have started programming when she was still a teenager.
Have you seen the Crab Man?
No.
But you know he's around.
Yes.
Seen you.
And?
The Crab Man has seen you.
I don't care. I don't care about crab men.
Wow, she really doesn't. Not afraid, this one.
So what about all the machines?
I brought them here. These are my machines. Please don't touch anything.
But you need an
I
antenna.
use the AR-1 as my RAIN prefix processing unit.
Hey, Motts.
Hello, I'm back.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, so you've met the programmer.
Yes, we were reading her diary and she showed up. Also, we must have just missed her. Like, because she was literally talking about stuff that happened earlier today. Because I didn't touch the radio computer till today. It's very funny.
Yes? You really don't know anything about radio computers, do you?
Not a clue. I'm a master circuit bender.
I know a little.
Alright. Well,
There's a
all
play
radio
button and a print
computers
button.
perform operations up on air. So in order to gain more processing power, you need to invest in a good antenna.
And the AR-1 is a good antenna?
I guess it is. So far I've been quite satisfied with it. Martinez is an unstable region with bad coverage, and the operation has been surprisingly stable. But it's not the cheapest one on the market, so I wouldn't recommend it for your regular red tape operations. Fraser 1000 is a foolproof line for civilians. Anyway, you should do some research before you decide to buy anything. Ask around, compare the prices. There are many milieus dedicated to that sort of thing.
She liked telling you this. It calmed her nerves.
Well, that's good. So, what are you doing?
I'm working.
The machine seems almost alien
Conversation's
with its
going great.
pulsing core. The light casting her face in a strange shadow.
Could you just shh for a moment? Or get to the point. I really need to focus on something.
It's not just rudeness. It really is hard to concentrate on whatever she needs to do. And you're not helping.
So, water.
They are connected to my RAIN prefect. Whatever you do, just please don't move them, okay? Thanks.
Okay, I won't touch anything.
Great.
So, about the church.
You really like those questions, don't you?
They're bloodshot. She really hasn't been getting much sleep lately, has she?
I'm a police officer, it's my job to ask questions.
I'm conducting scientific research here. You can't throw me out.
What research?
I'm looking for the location of a 2mm hole in the world.
Kim, what the hell did she just say?
Wait, what? She's looking for a disruption in the radio waves. That's what her personal log said.
Okay.
The lieutenant raises his brows, but doesn't say anything.
That connected to the data loss.
Yes, that's what led me here. But I suspect it might be something a bit more complicated than that.
What do you mean?
Exactly. What does it mean? Up to now, it has been impossible to say what it is because it's impossible to measure nothing.
True.
What do you think it is? What qualities does nothing have? How do you measure something that does not exist?
That's a little above your pay grade at the moment.
Ah, we just failed that logic.
Well, darn.
We're now living in a world that has holes in it.
I don't know. Are we? That's what I'm trying to figure out here. But how do I figure it out?
I can't even understand how we're talking about something that doesn't exist, let alone measure it.
You measure it by its surroundings. By that which does exist. Which is what I've been trying to do. I've tried using hydro transducers to record the silence. To find out where it begins. But honestly, it's not progressing very well.
But does it have anything to do with necroplasmic life forms? Ghosts, in everyday parlance.
But does it have anything to do with ghosts?
Ghosts? No, I don't think so. I don't believe in ghosts.
What about other supernatural entities?
I don't believe in them either.
Kim's like, this one's alright.
What not many know is necroplasma exists.
What is necroplasma?
What are we talking about? And why?
I'm pretty sure it's basically just ectoplasm. But in a different word. The idea where this hole might be.
Somewhere underneath those roof beams, I assume.
Only a faint crisscross of rafters can be made out from the dark. Most of the tower disappearing into the shade. Strange things may flourish in the dark.
There's this place at the back of the church. A place where all audible vibrations seem to cease. I've named it the Swallow. And the higher you go, the less you record.
The Pillar of Silence? Are you sure it's not just an architectural quirk?
Necroplasma's a gamer tag? That is such a gamer tag, though.
You're right.
Maybe. But it's oddly close to the physical coordinates of the data loss that led me to this place.
I'm just picturing a X necroplasma XX.
I know. No, I don't.
She sounds mildly annoyed by this line of questioning, her hands typing hundreds of commands into the machine.
Because it's just trial and error, trying to locate the Swallow, the exact point in space. And I don't have a... You know what? It would be really helpful if you could just stop talking and let me work.
That's all I wanted to know about the scary 2mm hole in the world, for now.
Great. Thanks.
How do you feel about erotic dance music?
What? I hate it.
U40, it's the future of dance music. It just doesn't connect here. Not like disco does. Okay, wow, that was quick. It's not disco, though.
Maybe I'd have to be on drugs to get it, but to a sober mind it just sounds like uninspired rug whipping. No idea what it has to do with either dancing or music.
Right. How do you feel about a club for erotic dance music?
This is about those speed freaks in the tent, isn't it? I've got some news for you. It's not a nightclub they want to build here.
What? They seem so trustworthy, though.
Take a guess, why don't you?
A youth center would be nice. Some community space to help the elderly. So convinced they want to establish a nightclub for erotic dance music. They say it's their dream. But why would they lie about the dance club?
I can't believe they got you so easily. Go have another talk with those up-and-coming entrepreneurs, will you? Thanks.
Good luck. I'm not coming in there.
Good luck. No, staying in here. Obviously, he'll follow you, but he won't go in.
Well, I guess we're just going to have a conversation with some ravers about their their dance club.
Yes.
Excuse me. Now hang on here, top
close.
takehead.
True, hard, full, car. It's hardcore. Skibber-dee, skibber danger. I am the rearranger. We're close. True, hard, full, car. It's hardcore. Skibber-dee, skibber danger. We're close. True, hard, full, hardcore. Hardcore to the mega. Here comes the night. We're close. True, hardcore. Hardcore to the mega. Internally coherent.
I was wondering if you knew who killed the mercenary hanging behind the rolling in rags.
Good morning, yeah. 1, 2, 3. Yeko kata. The place to be.
Skibbity.
Skibbity.
I think Disco Elysium might have said Skibbity first.
Yakokata is a hardcore place.
What if we just sit in abject silence?
Abject silence the whole
Hardcore to
time.
the mega. Internally coherent. All car. All right. Yeah.
He furrows his brow as his very large head traces the sublime, invisible movement of the music in the very real air of the stuffy tent.
Hardcore. Ah.
Skibbity, I was Skibbity once. They locked me in a room, a wrist room with Sigmas. The Sigmas made me Skibbity. Do I yell so hardcore, or do I say seriously? I'm a little worried it isn't.
What do you want to do?
I'm a little worried it isn't.
The question is, what is the question?
Well, it'd been good if I asked a question. Asked you a question, but I didn't.
But there was no question.
He's got me there.
We're close. True. Hard. Hardcore.
You're like, there's something here.
He furrows
There's
his brow.
something.
Is it though?
The deadpan, is it though? Is it though?
It is?
But is it? I mean, really?
The question is, what is the question?
No, but seriously, I'm a bit worried it isn't.
You got a task complete. Solve the egghead puzzle.
Okay, so he'd say a thing. We're supposed to listen to him. And he'd continue talking. And we're supposed to figure out, anytime we do interrupt, what the order of things we're supposed to say is. However, I didn't entirely pick up on that until I had already solved it. By pure happenstance, and that's hilarious.
You fumbled into this one. You kind of just sort of sensed that there was something to this.
Task failed successfully.
Failed successfully.
The skin on your back is crawling. For a second, you can't even hear the music anymore. There is a hawthorn tree on Rue de Saint-Gislain, right next to the canal. Don't be alarmed. Everything is okay. He isn't actually worried. Everything is still super hardcore. What he probably means is, it could be even more so.
You said you were worried. What do you think is wrong with the music?
There's nothing wrong with it. I'm still in love with the hardcore. Sometimes I just feel like anodic music is in its infancy, you know? For example, take this Arno van Eyck jam I've been pumping for the last months, and will continue pumping for the rest of 51. Isn't something holding it back from being hyper? It's like it's only ultra.
It's only ultra, but it could be hyper.
Yeah.
I think it's super hardcore, but you're right. It's not hyper hardcore.
It's only ultra hardcore.
It is, isn't it? I knew it.
I like
He
to
sounds so sad!
I like to imagine that Harry is just sort of nodding along, completely like I have no idea what they're talking about.
He's improving, like he always does.
Yeah.
I know the answer in my heart, but cannot sink it in my head. If this is not hyper, how could anything be?
Sounds suspiciously like a question. I thought the question is, what is the question then? Anything that could make it harder core. I just remembered saying I'm the police.
I just remembered I'm the police.
What? Guys, there's something happening in his head.
Is it thinking? Is it
The
thoughting?
mind works, the beat recedes from your ears. You hear your own blood pulsing through your head, nourishing your thoughts with oxygen. The rhythm is familiar.
Think even harder.
Oh yeah! He's doing it!
He's doing it. He's
you're
making a thought.
This is almost certainly a matter that surpasses the limits of reason.
Feel the movement of blood through your head.
The abstract shapes swelling in the foreground have done so in vain. This is a core matter. The answer in the double kick that moves the milliliters through your mind. The dark thud is the source of all rhythm, the inspiration behind mathematics. The hardcore.
My imagination fails me.
I know! So does mine!
The way he said that!
But there's something else that hasn't failed you.
Sounds suspiciously like a question.
No! This is the answer!
I'm not sure what would happen if we said I remembered saying I'm the police.
I don't know.
It's saying else saying extra.
Yeah!
Oh. Physical instrument.
Maybe your body can tell you what. Oh.
It's pretty good.
That's a pretty good roll.
Let's finish the dialogue though.
No nation, but transnation! No war, but class war!
So you're not a reader, you're a communist. Can I interest you in trying?
He's not a communist. It's just something he likes to yell. He picked it up from the tape jockey at the Palaceum. She was a communist, though.
Yeah! With the rebel yell!
You should be an ultra. I mean, you're a thought reader.
Don't be a lunatic. Of course he is. Jermaine here just yells random things. Odds are, sooner or later one of them will come off as fault reading.
Yeah! Revershot imperative!
Unless you were thinking Revershot imperative right now. Anyway, I've had a similar thing happen with eggs yelling. I know what you mean.
But I was thinking Revershal imperative.
That's fucked up, man. Lying like that. And a cop, too.
It caught me immediately.
Yeah.
But why aren't you a communist?
But why aren't you?
I could be a communist. If you want that, do you want me to be a communist?
Please don't turn him into a communist.
Oh yeah, turn him into a communist. Come on, it would be super.
I gotta hit him with the communist ray, you know? Be a communist, egghead! The future needs your help!
The future of communism needs Egghead.
I guess he's a communist now!
We've done it. We found another communist.
Communism.
You made another.
Almost there. Could use a bit more work.
Here comes the sun.
You could swear you feel the bright future of the working classes reflected off Jermaine Egghead's giant smile and right onto your face. Revolution makes your toes curl in anticipation.
Is your real name Jermaine?
Dark hardcore. Jermaine Egghead.
Basically, yes it is.
So about the lungs on your belt buckle?
Lungs are for love. Love! In a woman's lungs. Lonely as I am, I'm not afraid. This strange, damaged feeling grows on and on. 'Cause I've never loved someone like you before.
A dopamine surge accompanies the words. It feels like electricity flowing down your scalp, dissipating into your neck. Feels good. Like a spark of life in that moribund sponge you call your body.
I really wish that I wasn't full on morale, because that would be nice to get some free morale.
Yes.
Hang on, I think I can.
All right, here comes the night.
Can I get my physical instrument higher?
You want it higher than 80 something?
Yes. I don't want to fail.
Valid. Oh, you could put on the fucking wife beater. Oh, it's awful. I hate it.
It's real bad.
So terrible. Oh god. Just Harry wearing that coat and appearing to have nothing but bare chest. Like, no. That's awful.
Yeah. Okay, this is as good as it's gonna get.
The large-headed youth.
Good morning, comrade. Yeah.
Okay, 92. Let's go.
You know it in your lungs where the pressure should vibrate. In your heart that's alone. And in your solar plexus where the hits should land. So does every Corday animal.
Needs more bass.
What?
That would be ridiculous. Melody, a good melody is what makes the song really stick so you can't get out of your head anymore.
Wow, okay. We should start with the melody. But where would we get that stuff from?
I'm not gonna become some sort of helicopter. Enough kappa types already.
sorry. I don't know anything about Nordic music. I'm just a party boy. I get the people going and say it's hardcore.
I get people going and say it's hardcore.
Service to the future of dance music.
He's so sad.
I'll look into it in an official capacity.
Holy
it's up
shit.
to the police to make the beats go harder.
It's up to the police to make the beats. Kim is outside. What is he doing? His Harry is doing something stupid instinct has been going on for the past 10 minutes.
The young man falls silent with appreciation. He even tries to contain his smile, as if it could hinder your investigation.
He's a little confused, but he got the spirit.
Yes.
Yes.
Basically, what you need to find here is a tape with some banging music on it, so that Egghead could use it to remix Van Eyck's jam.
Yeah, maybe that street talker across the pawn shop has got some tapes to sell. That's just an idea.
There is a hawthorn tree on Rue de Saint-Gislain, right next to the canal. A reel of magnetic tape is caught in its branches, like
Oh,
blonde
Shivers
ribbons
detected that
blowing
earlier
on
too.
them.
Yeah.
Does it? Oh, I know! I know this! I can tell you where it is!
St. G is the boulevard before the canal bridge. The one that takes you to the whirling in rags and the industrial harbour. It's got the lanterns and the...
I knew that! I could have said that!
and the mosaic sidewalk.
But it's all blocked with that stupid traffic jam right now. Anyway,
that's all yours to figure out, Copman.
You've got a mission from Egghead. I can't say God.
Yeah.
Copman!
Hi again. So, how are things going?
Logic, godly. Oh, no. Oh, boy. Okay. You got this, Harry.
A number of things
Got
don't
it.
add up. Let's take a look.
Andre, I'm starting to think that you may have been lying to me.
What things?
He senses something is wrong.
But there's something else going on than I'm being naive.
Hey man, who knows what she's on about? I get it. She doesn't want us in the church. She's got something against us.
Who doesn't like to dance? She doesn't like to dance.
The makings of a club? It's a tent full of laboratory equipment. The manufacture of drugs. Kim pokes his head in. Really, detective? You just figured that out.
I have no idea how you arrived at that conclusion, but it's wrong. Look, we even have speakers.
They do have speakers.
They do have speakers. I can't believe I've been so easily misled again.
One speaker. They have one speaker.
Is his friend? Did he lose his friend? No headphones when Giselle need her headphones spin tape. This bed's here for its active ingredient, still work, or start with a clean lab. Ethyl ether from grist solvent, good for getting acting agent out of solution.
What do you mean, friend?
The other speaker.
It's a one-speaker system. It's monodynamic. You wouldn't know the first thing about sound reproduction in anodic music. Other speaker. What do you know about spinning tape? Nothing.
What do you know about
Said it was for his
Nosefed?
nose. What more do you want? And of all cellular-based life, what's your point, Lawbringer?
Make up your mind. First it's the sweat, then it's the ether. No shit.
Sure, you tried to use the police detectives to have a drug lab.
That's... Come on, that's...
Punishable by summary execution.
What
Oh,
the
no.
fuck? The actual fuck.
Preposterous against the law.
I meant to say, not true. What do you mean, do?
Andre.
There's resignation in his voice. He's almost ready to drop the act. It wouldn't take a lot of pushing.
Tell me everything, I pass judgment. Tell me what's really going on, we'll work from there. I can be lenient. I don't really care. I just wanted to crack the case. You do what you want. Okay, let's talk.
What do you mean by lenient?
Calling back up and hauling you all off to the pen for starters. You heard him, the dirtiest cop this side of the river. We'll see you now speak. Oh,
Okay, man, okay. Things are just so hard for an entrepreneur in this city right now. It's not like we lied when we said we want to turn a church into the wickedest club in East Revershoal.
Because we do! We totally do!
I at the very least believe Egghead does.
We just need to turn it into a speed lab before. To get our foot in the door.
Why'd you need me?
Like I told you, spooky arseholes moved in while I was getting all this stuff together. A month ago, the place was empty, and now it's all spooked up.
Not really spooky, are they?
No, man. They're spooky, all right. It's just that they would also probably call the police if we started cooking speed in there.
But the sign was way off too. I couldn't feel the love at all.
Sir, you promised you'd be lenient.
This is it. Judgment time.
Your cash, pack up and report to Precinct 41. So I want to see you again. This is clean, no speed lab, just a club for anarchic music. Would work without the lab. What do you have to do to keep the club alive?
What do you want to do?
I agreed to a dance club.
Dance club.
If the dance club happens to have drugs in it, that is the dance club's business. Do not build the dance club for the drugs, though.
Yeah!
I knew it. It's impossible now.
No, Andre, it's harder now. This hard cop has come to show us how much the fish is, and the fish is always so much more. We all know there was never going to be a club for Nordic music with the Speed Lab. Now it has a fighting chance.
Let's turn it up in here, party people. Hell yeah, this used to be a church. Heck yeah. Perfect. What's that about a
There
fish?
needs to be a club for Nordic music in there. Needs to. Everyone hates each other. Everybody hates it here. It's all just drugs and we're slaves and I can't. We are running out of time. We need a win, Andre. I promise this will be a win. We won't cook speed in there. We'll do it clean. We'll do it true. We'll do it sober and real and beautiful. This will be a victory for the light.
This will be nothing.
Has shivers. Believe in Egghead. He can do it.
You can hear the ice crack underneath you. Outside, the last century waterfront development is crumbling in the wind. A grape-shot row of falling houses. And so is Rue de Saint-Giraud and all the houses on Main Road. The old cinema is sinking underneath Villa La Bosse.
Does anyone feel that?
What?
Nothing. Don't worry about the old cinema sinking beneath Villa La Bosse.
Okay, we'll try to do it without the drugs. We'll do a straight club up in there, spinning the maddest reels, and nothing but, I swear to God. Okay, Egg?
From here on, it'll be straight all the way.
Okay, so I do have bad news. The lady in the church does not like you.
And? What happened?
Well, there was a crab man.
So the crab man...
Oh, man!
Not actually a
Who is
crab.
he? What did you think?
Very spiritual.
Picture an alcoholism before rambling on and on about mother's love.
Really? Huh. Interesting. What's he doing in the church?
He enjoys the physical activity. Guy climbs like a freak. Exists to go down to the building's roof. Think he's getting high.
No matter. Is he gonna be a problem?
Yeah, Noid is right. Let's get back to the point. What are we gonna do about him?
These guys will never catch him. You will never catch him. There's nothing to do.
He told me he wouldn't mind the nightclub.
I dunno, man. Doesn't it feel like a major hindrance to you? A spooky guy climbing around when all the guests are trying to have nice, friendly hyper time?
Don't worry, I don't think he really gives a darn about you or anyone else.
I guess it's not a massive problem, now that I think of it.
Everyone is welcome to dance till the morning light. Yeah!
Maybe. I guess we'll figure something out. Okay, but what about the other spooker? The one in Grandma's clothes? Did you see her?
I was using the mainframe when Suna, the former lead programmer, Fortress Accident appeared.
A programmer? That's odd. What was she like? Did you ask her about the nightclub?
She did not like the nightclub idea.
What a pity! That's my favourite thing in the world! And she doesn't like it at all!
A shame. What can we do now? Do you see a way out of this jam? And into a laser-lit future of dance and unity?
Unity! Dance!
It's very clear that she won't leave until her own project is finished.
And you can't just evict her?
And you can't just evict her.
No, I won't evict her. We have to come up with a different solution. Come on. The four of us can come up with something, right?
Look at you, Honor Man!
No, Noid. He's right. Maybe we've approached it the wrong way after all. I'm sure there's a workaround. We can make a deal not to bother her. If that's okay with her, we only want to get in the church and spread the joy and ecstasy of music.
The lines in the dark exist, coexist.
At least Crabman seems like an advanced being. He's art. He'll understand.
Yeah, he can do his climbing thing in the tower. And the programmer, does she like Nordic dance music?
She absolutely does not. Really, truly despises it.
Egghead cannot believe what she just said. It makes him pump the jam a little slower for a moment, but then he returns to the full swing of it.
No worries. We'll figure it out. If coexisting fails, you can always muscle her out, right? If it's all okay with you, what do you think?
I can try convincing her, but I am not going to try and remove her from the building.
Excellent! Good luck, my friend. Goodbye, officer.
Huh? I see you're here again, off-sign man. Did I mention getting us into the church would help?
How are the signs?
Nah. Still, you heard me.
Well, okay. I think we're going to wrap there for today.
Wrapped there with the anodic music and the.
Got we went to the radio computers. Went.
Lots of bit of side quest stuff.
Yeah.
Well, when is it not?
Like.
That's not a bad thing. Disco Elysium is very. Disco Elysium is better if you do as much in the world as you can, which I think it kind of drives you to do that. So really,
And like I think that. Like I think we've made some good progress. Like we're at a bit of a standstill on the murder investigation, granted, but we're kind of pushing everything else forward.
Yeah.
So I think we might start getting some like dominoes to fall. You know.
Yes, getting some dominoes ready to tumble over.
I think real life is better if you do that too.
Yes.
Yeah. A lot better than trying to figure out whatever real life's main quest is. Exploring like the world and interacting with more people definitely improves the experience of the game of life, so to speak.
Yeah.
But we are going to have to... Real life is a series of side quests. Yes. Yes, it is. I think we're gonna wrap there for today.
Hello.
Been screamed at by a small cat. I hope side quest clean up y'all's rooms.
Yeah.
Yes. I know it's dirty. I saw it last time you summoned me. Yes. Yes, it is a bit of a mess. Have a good time, y'all. I hope you have a good time as well. And thank you for being here and hanging out.
Thank you for coming.
Hope everyone has a great rest of their day and weekend. And, we'll hopefully see you again, soon.
Yeah. Bye.
See ya.